Good morning. It's so early. I don't know if I'll catch any of you on here this early. I don't think my eyes are even all the way open yet. Mm. Say hi if you're here. Anybody else up early? It's story time. I want to tell you a story. Yeah, right now. I don't know why. Probably because I'm procrastinating. I really need to get some exercise today. I have jumped off the exercise train and I need to get back on. So I'm on here talking to you instead, because that's how I roll. Master procrastinator. Story time about how I fell in love with Eric 2 nights ago. Again. Which means I fall out of love with Eric if I'm able to fall back in love with Eric. This is something that happens in our marriages, in our most important relationship. And I don't sweat it anymore because it's happened enough times, the falling out of love, and what comes after is falling back in love, that I just don't sweat it anymore. In fact, I almost kind of look forward to it. It's just kind of a phenomenon that just is like, wow, how cool. Yeah, we fall out of love, but then we fall right back into it eventually. I love a truth teller, and one of my favorites is Grammy winning recording artist Pink. I read an article that she released around the time she released her Beautiful Trauma album a couple of years ago. And she was talking about her husband, Carrie, and she's very vocal about their volatile, explosive, deep love-filled relationship. Hi, Michaela. And she talked about how she'll look over at Carrie and she'll think, oh gosh, I just love you. You're just such a great dad. You're just amazing. I'm so happy to be spending life with you. She'll look away and she'll look back and she'll think, I hate you. I never loved you. I've never seen anything good in you. like this is the yin and yang in marriage and relationships, and the different ways we can look at our spouse just minutes, days, months apart. Crazy. But I heard my own story in the one that she told, and I'm like, yes, that's the way it goes down for us too, all the time. Anyway, so a couple of nights ago, Mr. Utter Imperfection, I had to have a really tough conversation. I didn't even know we needed to have it. It's something he'd been sitting on for a while. And this brings up another point, how easily we fall back into old patterns. This is dangerous, this having an issue, something that's nagging at you, something that's not working, and then not addressing it, not talking about it, not digging in and doing the work to get past it with each other. We've been there, and it was no good at all. What's good is no matter how hard, how scary, how difficult the topic, the subject, diving in and getting to the meat of the issue and dealing with it, that's what's good, no matter how hard it is. Because doing the opposite, just trying to sweep it under the rug, ignore it, avoid it, just creates so many more problems that are so much more difficult to get through. So Mr. Utter Imperfection said something, and I zeroed in on it, and I was like, what, wait, what, huh? What? And I realized we had something we really needed to talk about. And it was excruciating. It was a really hard conversation. It was hard for him to get the words, thoughts, and feelings out. So hard. It was hard for me to hear them. It was hard for us to work together with them to get to a solution or a way forward. And when we were done, I didn't even feel like we did that. I didn't feel like, and I told him, he said, what's wrong? What's happening? I'm like, I just don't feel like we got anywhere with this. And he said, well, we did though, because just the talking about it, just the opening up, the avenue to conversation is the solution right now and at this time. Like, there is no finish line right here. There's no solution to the issue, but just the dealing with it is the solution. And he had such immense relief for finally expressing himself. And I had such immense relief knowing that he wasn't holding on to something anymore, that we dealt with it the best that we could. And this is progress for us because we'd go months, years, and just leave things unsolved before in the past, and it just created worse issues and problems. And we don't do that anymore. We start to. We're like, wait a minute, we can't do this. This doesn't work. But from the whole experience, from that conversation, even though it's still something that we're going to be working on in real time to move forward from, I fell in love with him again in that moment. And I know he fell in love with me too because of my response to the things he was saying, even though it was hard to hear and maybe wasn't what I really wanted to hear. The way I responded to him, the words I chose, and the way I just accepted where he was and what he was saying, he fell in love with me again too. And it's always going to be worth it. It's always going to be worth it to dig in. No matter how hard the topic, no matter how painful, it only ever gets worse if we don't. All this to say, if you're in that space and you just aren't feeling the in love with your spouse, just don't quit, don't give up, because you will again. That's just the way it works. And you're in a drought, in a dry period, but that doesn't last if you make sure to keep doing the work, keep digging in to make sure that it doesn't last. I don't even know if this was a good story. I write better than I talk. Anyway, if it encourages just one of you, if even one of you hears it and gets it, understands what I'm trying to say, well then yay. Okay? All right. Okay, Michaela, you're so sweet for sticking with me through this. We'll talk soon. Bye guys, have a great day.